You're freaking out, but you had no problem with the facts alleged in here. It's pretty awful. It's only probable cause. It's not the trial.
A psychologist breaks down in court as she hears the grave charges against her. Authorities in Florida accuse her of befriending a teenage girl at a hotel pool, only to allegedly take her to a hotel room to be assaulted.
Tonight, a woman who says she's a psychologist is accused of trying to lure a 15-year-old girl into human trafficking in Southwest Miami-Dade.
I'm a psychologist. I'm a PhD. I will lose my license and my life. I need help. I've never even touched that girl, kissed her.
Maria Duarte gained the 15-year-old victim's trust and tried to traffic her to another man. When she declined, Duarte and the other man allegedly had sex and made the girl record them. Both Moika and Duarte are being held without bond.
Police say Maria Duarte met the girl while the teen was walking her dog near a hotel. Officials say the woman used her position to gain the girl's trust and then offered her alcohol and marijuana.
Before we proceed, out of deep respect for the minor victim in this case, and in accordance with our ethical standards, all identifying images and details related to her and her family have been entirely excluded from this documentary. Our focus remains solely on the facts and the criminal behavior of the perpetrator. Welcome to The Female Criminal. Tonight, we investigate a crime that represents the ultimate betrayal of public trust. This is the chronicle of a female criminal who weaponized her professional knowledge, a betrayal committed not with rage, but with calculated clinical psychology. Maria Zamena Duarte held a PhD and a professional license, granting her access to the intimate landscape of the human mind. She was trained to heal vulnerability, but according to police, she used that expertise to exploit it, allegedly targeting a 15-year-old girl in a luxurious Miami hotel. The crime began in a seemingly safe, mundane location, the pool deck of the Aloft Hotel. Duarte, then 45, spotted her target. She approached the minor, immediately establishing a false foundation of trust by claiming to be a psychologist. The grooming process was textbook. She allegedly offered the minor marijuana and bought alcoholic beverages, subtly weakening the child's guard and introducing substances as a means of control. The affidavit makes it clear the hotel room was not a place of refuge, but the center of a developing trafficking operation. The allegations pivot sharply from simple grooming to systematic sex trafficking. Police state that Duarte began taking pictures of the minor, falsely advertising her as 21. This shocking piece of evidence proves the knowing nature of the human trafficking operation. The situation culminated with the arrival of Jason Moika, Duarte's alleged accomplice. When the victim resisted, Duarte allegedly pushed her back into the room and ordered her to stay and make Jason feel good. This act of calculated force became the critical evidence for the human trafficking charges. Duarte's detachment was immediate. Officers noted she was uncooperative and appeared to be under the influence of narcotics, forcing them to abort the interview. This behavior was the first sign of an individual prioritizing self-preservation. The most defining display of her psychological profile came in court, as the charges, human trafficking of a child, being the most serious, were read. Maria Duarte became openly hysterical.
I had a chance to review the arrest affidavit. I think there's probable cause for everything. Since count 1, human trafficking of a child is considered a dangerous crime, it's no bond. You're going to have to wait until tomorrow to see a judge. That judge will set a final hearing on the state's motion for pretrial detention. Any further questions you can address with your public defender.
The other counts, Judge?
The other counts. Count 1 is no bond. Count 2 is a second-degree felony. It's $7,500. Count 3 is a second-degree felony, $7,500. And count 4, interference with custody, is $2,500. Good day, ma'am. Page 2, Christian for Paul.
Judge, on Miss Duarte.
Yeah.
Miss Duarte indicates she has a private attorney. What's her name again?
Janet Valdez Darnell.
Janet
No one got me.
Valdez Darnell.
She's not here. You want me to reset the case for tomorrow?
She cried, she argued, and her sole defense was a profound act of self-pity. She pleaded, "I'm a psychologist. I'm a PhD. I will lose my license and my life." Judge Glazer perfectly summarized the profound moral failure. Duarte had no problem allegedly committing the crime.
Call your lawyer, tell her to go to court tomorrow, and you have the hearing before the division judge on the state's. Miss Corey, if you're not her lawyer, why are you turning it off? She's saying she's a lawyer. You need a lawyer on this.
I'm a psychologist. I'm a PhD. I will lose my license and my life. I need help. I've never even touched that girl, kissed her.
The facts alleged in here are terrible facts. You're facing, was it a life felony for the human it's a first-degree felony, the human trafficking.
Only facing its consequences. This focus on personal status and loss of license is a chilling display of the chronic self-regard that defines the female criminal. In these high-level cases, Duarte's alleged accomplice, Jason Moika, was also arrested and charged with sexual battery and other felonies related to the minor. The arrest solidified the case as a collaborative criminal enterprise. Where is she now? Maria Zamena Duarte was denied bond and remains in custody. Both she and Jason Moika are currently awaiting trial in the Miami-Dade court system, facing the severe penalties associated with these horrific, calculated crimes. The case of Maria Duarte is a terrifying portrait of the female criminal who weaponizes her intellect and professional role for sinister ends. It forces us to confront the fact that profound psychological emptiness can manifest not as blind rage, but as cold, calculated dominance. Her legacy is one of self-serving manipulation and betrayal of her solemn duty. The memory we must preserve belongs to the minor, whose life was violently and needlessly interrupted by a woman who should have known better. We stand in solemn respect for her and all victims who fall to crimes of calculated control. Thank you for confronting the darkness with us on The Female Criminal. If you found this documentary insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue to explore the complex minds of these unique offenders. We'll see you in the next investigation.